If you've ever gotten feedback that says, can we make it pop? It just feels off, try something else, then this episode is for you. Because I'm going to say something that might sound controversial. Designers are not the bottleneck, your review process is. When I ran my agency, I thought revision cycles were just part of design work. You design, client comments, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You revise, repeat until everyone's tired. But after hundreds of projects, I noticed something. Most revisions weren't caused by bad design. They were caused by bad review input. And vague feedback doesn't just slow projects down, it creates redundant work. It kills momentum and it breaks trust because people assume you didn't get it even when they didn't give you anything clear to act on. It's not a designer problem, it's a system failure. I'm sure you know that most people don't know how to critique design. This is clients, team members, anyone. And that's not an insult. Design is strategy expressed visually. Hierarchy, contrast, flow, rhythm, messaging. There's a language to it. Clients don't speak that language. They speak in feelings. It feels weird, something's missing, it doesn't wow me. So the designer becomes a translator. And if your review system lets vague feedback flow straight into revisions, you didn't build a design process, you built a revision machine. In the last episode, we talked about contextual feedback. Click an element, leave a comment, the system captures the location, device, browser, the screen size. That's important because it eliminates the where are we seeing this chaos. But here's the truth, you can have perfectly placed bad feedback. This feels off with a screenshot, is still useless. So what actually improves design reviews? Two things, standards, a shared way to review design, a system that reduces manual QA because most teams are quietly wasting hours doing it and they are not doing a great job at it anyway. And that second one is the one nobody talks about. Last year, I joined one of our biggest clients during the QA session. They do thousands of websites through Atarim. So I wanted to see how their QA actually happens in the real world. I watched the QA person go through a business website, a small business website. They had a checklist, good, but the workflow, 8 different tools, Chrome extensions, accessibility checkers, meta tag tools, responsive previews, link validators, speed tests, and they were doing this on a 13-inch laptop with really bad internet, trying to do it at scale. It took 90 minutes to review one site, and the output, 4 comments. Meanwhile, I'm watching the same site and I can see dozens of issues. Misprints that were missed, missing alt tags everywhere, accessibility problems, spacing inconsistencies, color contrast issues, responsive quirks in different viewports, but the standards weren't consistent and the tools made it harder, not easier. The result was a website shipped that should have been better. And that was the moment I thought, why are we relying on humans to do repeatable QA with fragmented tooling and inconsistent standards when AI is getting extremely good at following instructions? If you're a designer watching this, what's the worst feedback you've ever gotten? Drop it in the comments. I genuinely want to see how wild these things get. Here's the shift. Better reviews don't feel like opinions, they feel like directions. Instead of something feels off, you get the spacing between these sections breaks the vertical rhythm. Instead of this doesn't feel premium, you get the headline isn't communicating the value clearly. Instead of getting the flow just feels confusing, you get this interaction requires too many steps. That's the difference between taste-based review and execution grade reviews. And when feedback becomes execution grade, revision cycles shrink. Designers stop guessing, clients stop repeating themselves, and the work moves. Atarim changes this in 2 layers. Layer 1, the visual collaboration. Feedback happens directly on the work, so you remove all the translation and where is this type of friction. That's good. Layer 2, review and QA as a system. And that's a real win here. Now we remove the internal manual QA burden. And this breaks into practical use cases. Here are the 3 most common ways designers are using Atarim AI, or what I like to call automated manual QA systems to protect their work. Number 1, quick check before sending to a client. This is about making sure that they don't catch those lorem ipsums that you may have forgotten, or some sort of a button link that wasn't connected properly, or maybe a border radius that was missed here and there, or a misprint on the page in some place. And it will also check visual issues across different viewports in different responsive states. Number 2, pre-launch checklist. This is the one last serious pass. Before going live, you check deeper. You check the meta tags and SEO basics are correct. Page speed is acceptable, responsive behavior holds on tablet and mobile, the buttons, the forms, the key interactions work, no obvious content or layout errors, and this is the we only get one launch moment. Number 3, Post-launch verification. Did anything break? After you push from staging to live, did the domain update correctly? Are assets pointing to the right place? Did the fonts and style shift? Any broken links? Now, maybe the speed changes on live hosting. Because live environments break things, it happens. And here's a bonus one. You review a prospect site before you meet them. So you show up with tactical and strategic insights instantly. That's not design work, that's leverage. Here's the point. Every one of those checklists is repeatable. Any repeatable work is exactly what AI is getting really good at with the right context. AI can run consistent review standards at scale. It doesn't get tired, it doesn't skip steps, it doesn't need 8 tools open, it doesn't give you 4 comments when there are 40 real issues. In fact, it will prioritize them for you. So instead of designers burning 90 minutes per page doing manual QA on their own work, you get a system that supports the designer. Faster review, higher standards, less missed issues, more confidence before the client ever sees it. That's not just about speed, that's about you protecting your creative energy. But here's what most teams don't see coming. Even when design review becomes clear, that clarity still has to reach developers. And if developers are inheriting incomplete context, they become translators too. That's the next bottleneck. In the next episode, we'll break down why developers shouldn't be translators and how structured technical clarity changes delivery speed. See you there.